Hello, A team. I am so excited to be here. My name is Andrew Bontz. I feel honored to be even considered for this position. I'm so excited to share this cool project that I worked on when I was the marketing director at Midwest Family. So, thank you so much for the opportunity. So, a little bit about what we're trying to do was I was the marketing director for at Midwest Family of Companies, and my primary position was in Madison. And we had this event called Brand Camp. And Brand Camp is something they've been doing for over a decade, but the information was kind of getting a little bit stale. It was very, very radio focused and didn't necessarily have enough digital component. And that's one of the reasons why they brought me on in 2019 was to really reshape and change the radio first marketing firm into a full funnel marketing firm. And this is just an example of one of the things that we had success with making that transformation. So, what was our objective with this event? Our objective was we wanted to generate over $1 million from this specific event, which had never been done before in Madison. And we wanted to really beat the previous year's results. Now, this was obviously COVID, so 400,000 was something that was excited about that year, but it wasn't something that we would be excited about the next year. So we really wanted to improve upon that. So what were some of the key components of this strategy and why was it a success? So we looked at this event, and in the previous year, I spoke from the digital component, and we had the same three other speakers that were more radio focused people. Like they had 3-4 decades of radio marketing experience. So we wanted to bring in a female speaker who was not radio. And I found somebody on LinkedIn, someone who I'd known for a long time, and she came in and she really delivered, and she was one of the key highlights of the presentation. So another part of this is we asked each of our reps to come up with 100 of their dream 100 prospects. And what we did with that is I created a custom automation that in ActiveCampaign where the emails looked like they came from the rep, but they actually came from me. And these campaigns were laced with customer behavior tracking and lead scoring, so we knew what was happening with these leads. So as these reps were following up with each of their prospects, they could know if they didn't open up, but they could know what websites they've been on. And they had a dashboard where they could see these things. And then we just nurture these leads for 8 weeks prior to the event. And it had creative, fun touch points, fun kind of puns attached to the emails and things like that. And it created a really cool experience both for our prospects and for the sales reps themselves. And it built a lot of excitement for everyone involved. And it really went off without a hitch. During the event, once the event happened, we did a lot of the same things that we had done before, created an amazing experience for our guests. We did do client surveys and had 9s and 10s across the board from their experience. But my main initiative was to really work with the speakers who had been there for a while and help expand their content beyond the radio first mindset. And part of that was bringing our speaker Jenna in, the female speaker who was more of a funnel person. We wanted to create an experience for our top caliber clients and prospects. And we had these VIP strategic sessions that they would register for prior to the event. And we positioned it in a way that they were getting essentially $30,000 to $40,000 worth of team talent to work on their business to help them set up to have their best year ever the next year. And we only worked with a specific set of clients that at least had the potential to spend over 6 figures for that year. So we had these VIP sessions and they went really, really well, had really high closing rates, and are part of the majority of why the event was a success, because it's all about the VIPs. Because if it was just the seminar, they probably wouldn't have spent their budget as they could have with us. So what were the results? We created 70 new prospects and leads that were highly engaged. They weren't just an email on the list. There was somebody who had invested 3 or 4 hours into coming this an event and our VIP sessions. And other things that we were doing, generate over $1.2 million in new business, which had never been done before at Midwest Family. So we had set a new record because of this highly engaged, highly strategic, pre-nurturing system that we created and executed upon with the team of sales reps and all of our strategic team that worked together to create a really amazing experience, both with the VIP sessions, the content creation, the web projects, everything that had to go along with it. So it worked. So the online offline approach was amazing. I think if it would have just been 100% digital, it wouldn't have worked closely as well as it did. So having the data that the reps could follow up with, having a female speaker worked really well too, because most of our sales reps were female. So they really appreciated having someone that looked like them up there and not having a radio first mindset. So that worked really, really well. What didn't, the content still with having the speakers that we had didn't match the firm that we had become. We had outgrown our speakers we had used for close to a decade because they were so radio focused. And we really needed to make a change for the next year to take it to the next level and to continue to stay ahead of our competitors in what we're trying to accomplish. So what did we change? So we ended up launching a new internal training company to replace the Brand Camp company, which is kind of an external company that we hired to bring in called NaviQuest. And we turned it into an annual experience where we created these 4 micro events where I led the strategy with an amazing team that we had, and create these more bite-sized events. They're 1 hour, happy hour type things where we talk about one pillar or one piece of the strategic system that we had kind of developed. And one of the things that we also did was that I led was creating a story funnel system and creating something that was as simple that could be written on a napkin or turned into a 6-hour seminar. And it went really, really well. And it was one of the probably my crowning achievements in my career to create something that can be super, super complex from a funnel, a marketing funnel, to something that was super simple and could be demonstrated in a very, on a napkin, right? That was our goal. So, and next year we created and brought in a new speaker that was much more modern. We brought in one of the consultants from the Harmon Brothers, and I had left prior to the event in 2022, but with talking with my previous manager, he had said it went so well. So I was super proud of when I was there laying the framework for this strategy, and really proud of what we did. So I really appreciate the opportunity to share this story with you, and I cannot wait to be part of the A-Team. It's a dream position for me, and I really appreciate your time.